Hi everyone, I'm going to be going over question number 5 from the chapter 14 bingo problems. Now in this problem it says a machine part is undergoing simple harmonic motion with a frequency of 4 Hz and amplitude of 1.8 centimeters. How long does it take the part to go from x equals 0 to x equals negative 1.8 centimeters? So this is a pretty straightforward and simple problem. It wants to go from 0 to negative 1.8. And we can see here that the amplitude is 1.8. So we know that negative 1.8 is going to be one of the extremes, which is good because that's easy to calculate, because we know that in one full cycle, it hits the extremes twice. And so we know if it's going from 0, so like for example, if we have like a classic sine wave that goes like that, this is one full cycle. But if it's only going from here to here, that's only 1/4 of a cycle to get from the median, the middle, which in this case is 0, to the extreme. So what we do is we know that it's going to be 1/4 of a cycle, but we don't know how long a cycle is quite yet. So we need to find the period. And we know that the frequency is equal to 1 over the period. And so from this, we know that, if we multiply this over, so know that the period is 1 over the frequency. So that means that we can plug in our frequency, so it's 4. So we know that the period is 1/4 of a second. So now all we need to do is we know how long one full cycle takes, which is the period. We know how much of that cycle we need to figure out the time for. So now we just multiply these together. So it ends up being 1/4 times 1/4. And that equals 1/16 of a second. If you want to, do that further in the decimals, it's about 0.063. So either way, I like 16th, especially when I'm working with waves and stuff. I like to keep it in decimal form if I can. So the answer to this one, it's going to take 1/16 of a second to travel from x equals 0 to x equals negative 1.8 centimeters. And we did that by finding the period from the frequency, and then also just knowing what we were looking at as far as our amplitude and the extremes and things like that. So once again, it's going to take 1/16 of a second to go the distance that it's wandering, and we just do that through simple harmonic motion and the different things that we know from that, like the frequency and the amplitude and the period. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.